Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout 4 Mods with me, your host Crypto at Crypto Gamer, and today guys I'm doing my first top 5 video guys, looking at my first top 5 favorite weapon mods in Fallout 4. This is the 200th video guys, so I hope you enjoy. Please like, share and subscribe for more. Number 1 folks, the Auto Axe. The Auto Axe is a melee weapon from the Fallout 3 games DLC known as the Pit.
Arturo.
This weapon and the legendary variant known as the Man Opener can be found from Arturo in Diamond City. This is one of the only guaranteed places that you will get a guaranteed spawn or an easy way to find it, and there is another one out there in the wastes as well to collect. Now, the Auto Axe, guys, is one of those mods that I would vote to be about I'd say a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. It's got really good customization, as we'll see in a moment here, folks. Now, that first blade here, that is the bleeding effect blade, and this is the electrical blade. So this will add shock damage to the Auto Axe. What we'll do now is we'll test it on Jezebel, whom I dislike very much. As you can see, highly effective against robots. And I really like the electrical effect. It's very, very cool on this particular weapon. What we'll do now is we will see if there's any more settlers that we can take down and test these weapons on. This will be primarily what we do for most of this mod video. If you do enjoy the video, guys, please like, share, and subscribe, as I say. It always helps the algorithm, and leave me a wee comment below and tell me what you think. So what we'll do now, guys, is we will check out the radioactive effect for the Auto Axe. This is a highly effective weapon against anyone, particularly human beings, that are vulnerable to radiation damage, or any other creatures in the wasteland that are vulnerable to radiation damage, which is really, really good. It has a really cool glowing effect. We'll need more glowing blood packs in order to create this, along with some scrap. Right guys, now we're going to do a very quick word from our sponsors. The links will be in the description below for said sponsors, so please do keep that in mind. You can always leave a small donation for the channel at paypal.me/Johnny'sGaming. This is the correct PayPal account for my channel, I just can't change the name. Thanks very much for all your help and all your donations. Hey guys, if you want a free way to help out the channel and be able to donate some money, download the Brave Browser today. It's free of charge, and if you start watching the adverts, you can start donating basic attention token to me by going through and watching my YouTube channel on the Brave Browser. Links in the description below. The R91 Assault Rifle is number 2 on our list, and this is a gun that was originally in Fallout 3. Unfortunately, it was never carried over to Fallout New Vegas. Now, this only spawns in one location, and that is the National Guard training yard, and it can be found roughly on this bench here, and in the secondary building as well. I really like this rifle. It's highly modular. I would give this a 9 out of 10 actually for immersion. And it's been really well done. It's very, very beautiful, and this is available on Xbox One as well, guys. Just like all the mods in this list are available on Xbox One. So what we'll do is we will take a look at the different modifiers. This gun can be turned into a semi-automatic or an automatic weapon. And also a hair trigger fire as well. It has all the usual bells and whistles that go along with it. The highest ratings I could get it was about 150, 160 at one point. That was because I was a high level with a lot of different perks. It has a really, really good coloration to it. This weapon can also be turned into the Infiltrator, which was basically the R91 but without a buttstock, and that was a weapon in the Pit DLC also, like the Auto Axe in Fallout 3. So what we'll do is we will test it, guys, in both automatic and semi-automatic so that we can see the differences and so that we can compare them. I'd really like to know what you guys as well think in the comments about said mod and if you've tested it out. Right, so now we're good to go. Have a wee quick save there. As you can see, it looks quite nice. I went for a basic hull sight on it. And this is it in automatic. As you can see, it'll take down most things very, very quickly. What we'll do is we will see if we can find any more settlers and take them down one by one to test this thing out. Very nice in bats. And it's good for spraying and praying. Really, really good action shots and bats, which is what I'd like to see. Very good if you're wanting to make some cinema. As you can see, it has quite a good sound as well to it as well. I think it's got a little bit more of a custom sound than the other assault rifles in the game. But I really, really like the sound this particular gun makes without a silencer on it. What we'll do now is we will have a quick modification of it here and we will test it out in semi-auto. And we will also probably put a scope on it, I think, today, guys. See how this goes as more of a service rifle build in this case. Which I will be doing a video on in the future, by the way, folks. I will be doing one on the service rifle. It's one rifle I haven't covered yet in the game. And in the modding community. So there we are, it's got a silencer on it and a scope, and as you can see, it is very, very nice. It makes a very, very good infiltrator. And it looks really good. Has a nice feel to it. Doesn't take up too much of the screen. I would say with all the modular compatibilities, yeah, I am quite happy to leave this at an 8, 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think below, guys, about this particular one. Oh, and that was a headshot and a half. And now, guys, we are going to look at number 3 in our list, the Fist of Roar, a Deathclaw gauntlet that was in Fallout New Vegas that has been faithfully brought back, obviously with the new model of the new Deathclaw's hands from Fallout 4. There are available versions of this particular mod for the old-fashioned Fallout 3 Deathclaw gauntlet. And in this mod, guys, not only do you get the Fist of Roar, but you also have to take on Roar himself. Roar is not an easy foe to take down. This would probably be an enemy that you would take on as standard, unmodded. I would say you would need to take this on about level 35 to 50. That sort of range is your minimum range, depending on what build you've got and what gear you've got. If you have incredibly powerful weapons, I would say you could attempt to take on Roar at level 35. Otherwise, I would leave it closer to 45, maybe even 50 to take him on. If you're in a survival playthrough, I would probably leave that till much later, maybe even level 60 or 70. So what we'll do is we'll blow him up here. And there we go, we've turned him into a fine red paste now, folks. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and you are going to need to pick up the Talon of Roar, which is his arm. And of course, very beautiful looking, just standard looking with the regular Deathclaw hand, except a slightly different tinge of black, a bit darker than the standard Deathclaw hand. And you're going to need to go to a chemistry workstation where you're going to then create the Fist of Roar. Now, you can also do this with a regular Deathclaw gauntlet as well, which is rather good, although I didn't have a regular Deathclaw hand on me. So, this is actually about double the damage of a normal Deathclaw gauntlet of this type. So, it is very, very powerful. And if you have a high level of strength, this is basically going to mince almost all enemies. This, unfortunately, doesn't have an upgrade, which sucks, of course, but I understand why you wouldn't have an upgrade for it, because then you would just be adding a bone claw onto it, which wouldn't make any sense. So now what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to test this out and fire it onto Roar. Fire it onto our fist, and we're going to take out Jezebel again. Filthy creature that she is. And as you can see, an instant one shot. It actually looks very good in first person, which I quite like. It does a lot of damage, and it's a very interesting, unique weapon. I would give this particular mod, I would say, a 7 out of 10, simply because of the lack of customizability, but definitely keeping it a 7 because it has a boss fight in it. I always like it when you get a new creature as well as a new weapon, which is always fantastic. So yeah. Let me know what you think of this one, guys, and leave your opinions and thoughts in the comments below. I'd really like to hear if you've ever tried this one out, or whether you are going to try it out after watching this video. And we're going to move on to number 4, the 10mm SMG, also known as the Capital Wasteland SMG. This can be found in the leveled lists and can be bought from vendors all over the Commonwealth. And of course it is carried by gunners and raiders also, starting from levels 10 to 15 onwards, depending on the variable factions. This weapon is highly modular and is a very good faithful recreation to Fallout 3 version of it, which I think is brilliant. And it's a very, very fun weapon to use. So what we'll do is we will do it up. You also get different paint jobs with it. It has a semi-automatic and an automatic firing mode, and it can be fitted with multiple different types of silencers and recon scopes. It also has a more linear stock system as well, so you can have it with or without a stock, and it has quick eject mags also. What we'll do is we'll check out some of these components, such as the silencer, in a wee moment. I personally like the silencer that we actually have on the SMG. It keeps the gun looking more uniform, which is what I like about it. You can acquire smaller silencers or compensators as well, as you can see here in the west. But what we're going to do is we are going to stick with the main one. And I think we're going to change the color to the darker color. It looks a bit nicer that way. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to test this first of all in semi-automatic. Once we pull it back out here. And of course, Jezebel is the first to die. And there we go. Check it out in VATS. Nice shot. Takes things out nice and quick. And as you can see, then it acts more like a 10mm pistol at this point when you do it like this. But you never know, in survival mode you just might want to have a nice looking 10mm pistol that's a bit bigger and bulkier. Of course, not great. I would just stick with a regular 10mm pistol if I was going to use this survival mode rather than a semi-automatic mode. In my opinion, SMG should always be automatic, same with any other machine gun. Unless you're going for something like an assault rifle, which is designed to be more semi-automatic, I think anything with a machine gun in the game should be machine gunned. So now what we will do is we will go back to the SMG after my little save coming there, and we will then test this out in automatic. And there we go, look at that. Lovely sound to it, does a lot of damage, fires incredibly rapidly. At high levels, this thing is just going to take things down very quickly. This will take down a death claw quicker than a minigun will. Especially with this rapid fire that you have. Yeah, again, looked great in VATS. I would overall definitely give this weapon probably an 8 out of 10 for this particular one. especially with all the modularness and the fact that this is a relatively easy weapon to come across throughout the wastelands. You're going to find this in containers, in the leveled lists, and you're going to find it on vendors. You're also going to find it on the odd raider and gunner. So it's definitely worth checking out, guys. And last but not least, guys, we will check out one of my favorite mods ever. Number 5, the P94 Plasma Rifle. The P94 Plasma Rifle, guys, was originally in Fallout 1, and as you can see by the end of it, it is very similar to the Plasma Caster from Fallout New Vegas. This weapon can be found on gunners. The best place I've found it to spawn in is the Gunners Plaza. And also the Brotherhood of Steel carry this weapon as well. So if you're not on friendly terms with them, well, then you can hunt them down to your galores and to your content and take the P94 Plasma Rifle from them. As you can see, I was testing this out here on a legendary gunner and got myself into a little bit of a firefight here with a bunch of gunners. Relatively good weapon. This is unmodified and just me testing it out as I got it. A little bit of a change from how I usually test my weapons, but when you find it out in the field in the middle of battle, then why not test it? I would personally rate this rifle, in my own opinion, just on aesthetics alone, a solid 9 out of 10. And what we'll do is we will rate it on its performance later on in this segment here. But eventually I did use the bashing maneuver. I actually think because it has those spikes on the end, it makes the gun look way more fierce and dangerous in combat for those very reasons. I think it suits it very well on the P94. It's great. So now what we'll do is we will modify it. It has multiple different modifications. It can be modified into a sniper, a shotgun, and also an automatic weapon. Personally, I like this barrel, or the infused barrel, and I usually go for a single shot or hair trigger receiver, in my personal opinion. That's what I prefer to use. So these are all the different barrels, and I think what I will probably go for, as I said before, is the infused barrel. Or for this video, we may just go for the regular. In this case, the infused. Now what we will do is we will give it a little test drive and see how she goes in a minute. You have different stocks as well, not many though, of course. And you also have the ability to change this into different faction paint colors as well, along with different scopes. You can have recon, hull sight, and all the standard scopes that you would get with the plasma rifle, as you can see here. And I went with the holosight dot. Now what we will do is we will pick out our coloration. Me personally, I quite enjoy the Enclave one, because this is definitely a plasma weapon that I would imagine the Enclave walking about with, and throughout the Commonwealth wasteland. And I will test it out on multiple different creatures and people in our settlements here. On performance and accuracy, I would definitely rate this particular weapon, especially with its lineup, probably a 9 out of 10 as well on this one. It's very accurate, it's very easy to use, very, very fun to use. And this is probably one of those few guns that I will probably keep permanently in my load order, just because of how special it is and how good it is. And yet again, Jezebel is a very fine testing model. I really didn't like Jezebel, although I think that's what Bethesda were going in the game. Looks fantastic in bats, very good looking. Really enjoy how it looks. Well guys, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, come and check out the channel. It's a really good channel. I have lots of different things on the channel, but I'm really going to be doing a massive block in Fallout 4 for the next few months. I'm going to try and get videos out every single day, if not at least 2 to 3 every week, depending on how much energy and time I have. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. This has been Crypto Gamer. Have a fantastic day, and peace out.